go into it. The only way out is through. It's been a major download I've been receiving and experiencing with this tribe of brothers and sisters here. Live at Tantric Energetics, a deep immersion with our mentors, Krisanna, Mazen, Elliot, and really it is about going into it, not running away. Not running away from feeling and emotion. How often do we silence feeling and emotion? We even do it to children. By we, I mean the collective. Like, this was something my parents did, something I see parents doing, is a child acting out a strong feeling. And what is it to them? It's a suppression. A suppression. So we must go into it. We have to go into the feeling and fully allow its cycle to move in order to access the energy and access the purpose of that feeling. And I'm coming from an evolutionary perspective. I love evolution. I love re-evolution, or revolution even more. And feelings and emotions aren't a waste. Nature doesn't waste time. It doesn't waste energy. So they're there for a reason. And maybe they're a guidance system. Maybe they're a guidance and adaptive system to life. And so they may need to be honored and recognized and allowed fully feel and go into it. So many people in my life, especially men that I see, and this was my past self as well, feelings and emotions are weakness. This is a story. Feelings and emotions are weak. They, are just kind of volatile. They come and go. We shouldn't follow them. Don't follow them. Don't give them too much credence. Maybe analyze them some more. But actually we need to go into it. And that's why we intuit. Intuition. The sense of knowing and the wisdom of the body and our own energy, the feelings and the energy, not the knowledge of the intellect and the mind only, although we want to harmonize the two because they're actually not separate. However, feelings, why are they important? What are they doing? Just wanted to riff about this. Maybe they're pointing to where energy needs to move in your life, and often in your physical body. Maybe tears need to come up. Maybe you need to express something and express it in a healthy way, not project it onto someone else, your anger, your sadness, your fear, your sorrow, but project it in a healthy way. And where I am right now, in this beautiful tree behind me, nature is actually a very beautiful way to express feelings and express things we're sensing, emotion. Emotion is motion, energy in motion. Energy, the inner sense of gravity, the weight of feelings, the inner chi, the inner life force energy. It's moving around. And so when you suppress them, they don't go away. Many of you know the law of conservation of mass and energy, matter, in physics and science. It's the same way in the body. When you suppress an emotion or feeling, it doesn't go anywhere. It stays there. And it's actually going to stay in the body and stay there with you in your life. And what is not made conscious and dealt with in a healthy, lively way, which is often be done through the body, through the breath, through expression, communication, through grounding in the nature, guess what? It's going to come out unconsciously, and often in traumatic or dangerous ways to ourselves and the people we love. And this is maybe the insanity you see when you turn on the news out in the world. Is a lot of suppression and old patterns. That's no one's fault. This is stuff that's been carried through bloodlines and lineages from all over the world. This is how human beings have been conditioned. There's nothing wrong with it. This isn't about right or wrong. This is about fully feeling and going into the feelings in order to let them live out their life cycle. Because they're there to teach you something. They're there to point to something. So intuition and going into emotion and feelings is actually your personal guidance system. And it's very important. This is the work we've been doing here, is deep work in charging the body with breath and movement, charging the body with expression, and also silence, attuning the body, activating our sense of self through silence, through sound healing, through dancing, through breathing, through sharing, connection. These are all ways that feelings and emotion can actually move and your intuition can activate. Because if you analyze your life endlessly, If you analyze and use your intellect and facts and knowing, and especially borrowed data from other people that have told you how the world is, guess what? You're receiving your input from the outside world, and you're acting out your life in such a way that oftentimes, especially in my life I've found this, oftentimes when I act from outside data and what I've been told or taught, it's not lined up with my emotional energy and my feeling, my inner authority. It doesn't line up. And when that misalignment happens, guess what? All that energy that wants to come through and wants to speak and is there and wants to be expressed in a healthy way, it gets shoved in the cabinet, it gets shoved down in the unconscious, and then comes back in my life as dis-ease. I'm not at ease anymore because the energy that wanted to move, or the feeling, or something I wanted to say to that person, or something I wanted to do, something I wanted to create, it got suppressed. And now I can't feel it. And now I'm cut off from my intuition. I can't direct myself in life. And this is about the inner authority. That's really what this is. Going into the feeling and intuiting is about inner authority. And this is truly what my experience of this work here, the tantric energetic work, as well as many of the things that I've say were peak experiences in my life, a lot of the workshops, retreats, the powerful expression, the trainings I've been in, the deep inner work, the meditations as well. It's all about accessing my inner authority. Because guess what? When my intuition's activated, I don't need the outside world to tell me how to be, what to do, where to go, when to do it. My inner being's activated, my personal sovereignty, because I went into it and intuited my direction. And as you all know, in those glimpses that we have in our life naturally, that you see children and animals having, the deep wisdom of the body, the acting from an intuition, from knowledge, guess what? That's how you activate that personal freedom that I believe is like a core human desire. The personal freedom and sovereignty to act in alignment with our true being. Please like, share, comment on this video if this has been valuable to you. I love you all so much. Thank you for tuning in. Turn on notifications for my live videos. I'm just gonna keep going into the spontaneous feelings, thoughts, ideas, and shares that I'm experiencing here. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. I see you. And I love this tree. This is an elder here. Nature is your elder. That's really like the ultimate. Like all of this other work has just directed me back to nature. My inner teacher has directed me back to nature. The intuition, when I go into the spontaneous arising of feeling emotion, I'm realigned with the Tao, is what they call it in China, the ancient Chinese way. Literally means the way. The Tao is aligning with nature and its flow. And the only way to do that as a human being, guess what? It's by activating your intuition.